The first thing I bought myself when I made money in mortgages, this watch that I had today. I think it was probably around 2005, so 15 years ago, and I wear it every single day. And I remember that I was in the car going to San Diego with my buddies, and they couldn't believe that I bought a watch that was this expensive. And I said, I'm gonna have it forever, and it's just one loan. So every time I see this watch, I put it on, it reminds me of the first big thing I bought myself when I closed my first loan. One food that I can't live without is hot sauce on everything. And I hate when I go to a restaurant and they don't have a hot sauce. So I don't care if it's eggs, if it's bacon, if it's almost everything except for cereal. It's gotta have hot sauce of some sort on it, because I believe hot sauce brings out the best flavor in all foods. I don't care if it's a steak, everything, gotta have my hot sauce. My first pet's name growing up was Moxie. And Moxie means trouble, and this dog was trouble. The worst thing that she ever did, I would say, is she would just dart. We'd open the door and she would just take off. And one time, she takes off, and I grew up in the inner city. Where I lived is right by the projects, like 1 block over. So she leaves, she darts, and now I'm probably like, I don't know, 12 or 13 years old. I am booking it. I am chasing her for a mile or more. And she goes, is in the projects where it is super ghetto, and she goes into this house and she just darts. And I'm like, what am I gonna do? And I hear this person yelling at the top of their lungs. So I'm like, okay, do I go in the house and try and find her? I'm calling her name. So I step in the house, not knowing what was gonna go on, and she starts running out, and that's how I got her back. So this dog was named Moxie, and Moxie means trouble. So rule to self, if you name your dog something, that's who they become. Similar like your kids. When you name your kids a certain thing, that's who they are too. So my first pet was Moxie, the troublemaker. Right now, my Spotify, I'm all about the 2000 hip hop era. The early 2000 hip hop era is the best for me. Like when I first got into high school, and those jams, and late 90s too. So I've got Tupac, I've got Biggie, I've got Outkast, I've got Nas, I've got Looney. So those are my kind of go-tos. And I'll mix in a little bit of Kanye and some soul music here and there, but my primary go-to right now when I'm podcasting or when I'm in the gym or when I'm preparing for my day is I'm in that 90s, late, early 2000 hip hop era right now. What's worse, spiders or snakes? Snakes are way worse than spiders because they're gonna, they scare the hell out of me. So coming in my house, I see a spider, that's no problem. A snake, you don't know what's going on there. That could be deadly. So I will take a spider any day over a snake. I prefer mini horses because they're just the coolest little animals. They're very nice for the kids to kind of pet and feed and stuff like that. So we're big fans of mini horses, and we have 2. So mini horses over potbelly pigs every day. My favorite sports team of all time has got to be the San Francisco Super Bowl champion, 5 times over 49ers. My favorite cereal, without a question, is Captain Crunch. Back in high school, we'd be between practices for basketball. We'd go to my buddy Ben Menez's house, and we'd get the bowls. I'm talking like, you know, the cooking bowls out where you would make like probably a whole thing of pancakes, fill it to the top with a whole box of Captain Crunch and smash it in one setting. If there was a movie about me, I'd have only one actor play me, and that would be Denzel. Now there's lots of kinds of Denzels. There's Denzel from Training Day. I'm talking Denzel from Remember the Titans, the coach, the leader, the guy that gave that speech. So that movie to me epitomizes who I want to play me, and it would be absolutely possible that Denzel from Remember the Titans would play me one day. My favorite car of all is my black Rolls. It is just the car that I feel the best in. It's comfortable, it's great for the family, but it's also a cruiser. It's like driving on a cloud. My favorite clothing accessory is got to be either my bow tie, which goes with my suits, or my chains. And I wear 2 chains almost every single day no matter where I'm at. So I've got my cross and I got my other cross. So I'm all about my 2 chains and my bow ties. When I was in baseball, I played shortstop. That was the money spot. That's the middle of the defense. It's a captain on defense. It's where all the action happens. So I played shortstop. That was my go-to, playing ball. My favorite shortstop was Derek Jeter, the captain. Although I hated the Yankees, I loved Jeter because he was consistent, he was like a politician, he was so rico suave, and he was biracial. So I related to him a lot, and I wanted to grow up to be just like Derek Jeter. My coffee order is a very smooth go-to, quad espresso with steamed soy. So it's 4 shots of espresso and steamed soy. And I'm so numb to a super strong coffee because I don't like quantity, but I like short quality. So 4 shots of espresso, steamed soy gets me fired up. That's my go-to. And I probably have it about 5 days a week, to be honest with you. What's better, a fancy dinner night out or a stay-at-home stay in Netflix with a home-cooked meal? I would say mix of both. I like to have that nice steak dinner and get all full and then come home and have that Netflix. And we'd love to go to hotels and just have that great hotel meal and just walk to the room and watch a movie and just kind of chill. My hero is Jerry Rice from the San Francisco Super Bowl champion 49ers because he is the greatest player of all time. What made him so great is he was terrified of losing and being caught from behind. So every day he got up and ran and worked and hustled like nobody else. So if I can be even close to his ethic and work in mortgage or real estate or coaching, I'm gonna be okay. So I emulate my work game after Jerry Rice's football game. My favorite workout's pretty basic. I like to hit 1 muscle group per day and then hit about half-hour cardio and then boom, right in the sauna. So I do about 15 to 20 minutes of heavy weightlifting. I'll do a chest day, I'll do a tri day, a back day, a bi day, and a leg day. And then I'll mix it in with cardio, and then nothing's better than a good sauna and a good sweat. My biggest pet peeve is restaurants that do not carry hot sauce. My very first job was Owen Brothers Odd Jobs. It was me and Charles, my brother, made a list of 25-cent odd jobs on a laminated sheet of paper. And we had a wagon with cleaning materials. It was like gloves for pulling weeds. It was car wash stuff, buckets. We go door to door, say we're the Owens brothers. I was 6, he was 4. We'd say, can we come work for you? Here's a list of our services that we offer. And they'd be 25, 35, 50 cents. We'd probably make 10, 15 bucks in a given day. And then at the end of the day, boom, right to the card store. Mom would take us down the street, buy baseball cards. So my very first job was being self-employed and doing house chores for people for 25 to 50 cents a pop. I met Morgan. She was the interior designer of my first bachelor pad that I built. And I should have known right then and there that you do not date the interior designer because now everything costs me 10 times over because she always wants to do our home. But she has great taste and we became great friends before we really dated. And that's a great secret to making your relationship work is get to know the person first, become really good friends with them, and then you know exactly who you're gonna be spending your time with. The most extreme thing that I ever did was move to Montecito in the middle of kids being in school and Morgan being pregnant and deciding to buy a home. First of all, having to sell 2 homes at the same time just to be able to buy the home that we live in now, and then doing a complete gut and a complete remodel in the midst of living in a brand new town with no family, no friends, a pregnant wife, and doing a whole home remodel while living there. It's not advisable. I'll never do it again, but absolutely moving. They say that moving is stressful. Well, moving to a new town that you know nobody is way more stressful with a pregnant wife and with kids in school. That's crazy. So I'll never do it again, but uprooting your family and moving during the time we did, given the stress we put ourselves through and the home projects and the pregnancy is by far the craziest thing I've ever done. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video and learning more about myself. If you like this video and want more content just like that, hit the like button below or subscribe and you'll see more about my life and how I do it and how I get down. Thanks for watching.